Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Boss Rush Podcast, a great place to play games and be better. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Derrick, and alongside me, as always, is that retro code, Eddie V.
Hello, everybody.
I probably shouldn't have said as always, because this is literally only the second show we've done together in the last, 3 months. So, I mean, not that I'm... Anyways, also joining us is the wise Wisconsinite, Mr. Jesse Douglas.
How's it going?
And the PC muscle race himself, LeRon Dawkins.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Man, I don't know. When I came up with that joke before we started recording was a good one.
That is Stefan. He's Stefan to add Steve Urkel.
Shay.
Come on, it's a good one though.
Are your pants hitched up past your belly button right now?
Make sure you have knee-high socks on and you're showing almost the entire thing.
And you got suspenders. And your bow tie.
Could we just say that show was great?
Oh yeah. Even though what happened to that middle child though? Where did she go?
Yeah. There is a video about that.
Didn't Laura's best friend die too on that show?
That was after though. It wasn't during the filming. I think she died like a year or two after the show had wrapped.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, because that was Urkel's. That was the girl who played Myra, Urkel's girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I had a crush on her.
Yeah.
Didn't she die in a car accident or something?
No, she had a major asthma attack.
Okay.
Yeah, she had a major asthma attack. I remember hearing about that. And I was in shock because I had just literally outgrown my asthma by that time.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I remember the Yellow Ranger from the original Power Rangers. I had kind of wondered what happened to her, and I didn't know that she had passed away. Nobody talk about it.
Well, I mean, it's a kid's show, so I mean, kids aren't really looking up news or anything, and you know.
Well, and by the time
media.
she passed away, they probably had gone through 3 different versions of that show.
Yeah.
There was so many different characters in that show.
Here's how you know you're a real 90s kid. Is it the Green Ranger or the White Ranger? Who's cooler?
White Ranger.
I always liked the White Ranger.
The White Ranger's cooler, but isn't the Green Ranger in prison or something?
No, he's like a big executive producer and martial arts trainer now.
Hold on. There's one of them that's in prison for trying to commit murder though.
That was one of the random Red Rangers, I think.
Oh, okay.
He stabbed his friend with a samurai sword or something.
Yeah.
That he got.
Wait, what?
Yeah, look it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the probably the third or fourth Red Ranger that they had. Well, it's probably the fourth because Tommy was a Red Ranger at one point. But he stabbed someone with his friend with a samurai sword. Mm-hmm. It was an accident, but he killed him. And now he's he was in prison for a while.
He was doing a bid for. Well, I guess so. He got involuntary manslaughter.
Yeah.
Was this part of the regular Mighty Morphin Power Rangers?
No, this was
where they did
No, this was I don't know, whatever spinoff or afterwards. What is Dino Crisis? No, that's not it. That's a game.
ZX and
I don't remember anything.
Neo Geo 3D. What the heck?
Yeah, why do all these Power Rangers spinoffs just sound like really bad consoles that never came out?
Right.
I still want to play that fighting game though, bro. Because I think you played it, Jesse, right?
Yeah, it's on
good.
It's on Game Pass,
really
something that Ed doesn't subscribe to. The greatest service of all time, Ed does not subscribe to.
You could be playing it right now, Ed.
Yeah, if Microsoft would have kept what they had, I probably would have been on Game Pass, but they reversed that back. So
what do you mean? Oh,
just a controversy.
You should just subscribe to Game Pass anyway, Ed.
No, I pretty much own all of Game Pass. Well, 75%.
No, you don't.
But I mean, speaking of Game Pass though, we're excited for January 28th, right?
Why? What's January 28th?
The medium.
Yeah,
I'm not.
Yeah, I am.
I don't do spooky games. I am, however, excited for Cyber Shadow because I was going to buy it on Switch, but it's coming to Game Pass day one, so I'm like, meh.
Wait, Cyber Shadow.
Yeah, you don't know what that is?
I feel like. Yes, I know.
By
Okay.
Yacht Club.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I bought it on
Just-
Switch.
It's coming to Game Pass
Nice.
and PC Game Pass day one. So
Okay. All right. Yeah, I do remember that. Yes, I'm okay. You know, like don't let this confuse you. I am excited for it.
I want to play with the Pro controller, so that's why I didn't do Xbox. Is it coming up for PlayStation 2?
mm-hmm.
The,
Yeah, it's coming to everything. It's coming to everything.
Wait, hold on. Wait. The Pro controller. Don't you know they stole the design of the Pro controller?
Yeah,
from
it's
this
literally the
controller?
same controller.
Microsoft, trust me, Microsoft controller is not good for 2D platforms. I'm still struggling with Mega Man.
Their D-pad is pretty
but
bad.
you have
But also Nintendo's Pro controller, I don't know if I don't like it. I don't know why, but I don't like it. Maybe because I'm used to.
You talking about the Mark 1 or the Mark or that fancy one you have?
The Xenoblade one.
The Xenoblade one. I mean, it feels a little bit better, but it just doesn't feel great. I don't know if I'm just used to the Xbox One or what, but it's not.
Yeah, I mean, I think Microsoft Xbox controller works for a lot of their games and other 3D games. When it comes to like 2D platforming, I'm just like, no, it doesn't work.
what you need to do, Ed, is you need to get the 8-bit dough, like Super Nintendo controller.
Yeah, it's $30 right now.
that works with the Xbox and it works with Switch and it works with like actually get something like that that's literally built for people who are used to retro gaming.
Yeah,
but
it's a really good controller.
Because like PlayStation 4 is good for the 2D games, the arcade games, and some of the 3D. I can play Destiny.
For me, it wouldn't be just because I don't like where the D-pad is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I'd prefer the D-pad like right across from the buttons. You know, like that's what's nice about the. Well, I guess theirs is too though. Like it's like because their joysticks are down at the bottom, but yeah, like I don't know. I don't play enough stuff where that matters to me much, I guess.
Yeah.
But
I think once I get my PlayStation 5, I'll see how the DualSense feel for games.
Like, honestly, only when it comes to fighting games, that's about the only time I use the D-pad.
I mean, it's only the DualSense it's just gonna feel like a slightly larger version of every other PlayStation controller.
Yeah, it looks like. Yeah, I mean that's what it kind of looks like to me, but
I love this thing. I do. I think it's my favorite controller since the. I'm not sure. The PS4 controller was not one of my favorites, but so probably the PS3's revision of the DualShock controller was probably my favorite one before this one.
I honestly just like the PS2 one. Like I just love the PS2 one without the big touch pads and stuff like that on them, and
right,
whatever. I just love that original.
That was
sleek.
Yeah, that was the problem with the PS4 controller. It's just like sometimes when I try to hit the option, the pause stuff, my knuckle would hit the touchpad part, and that would mess it up and everything. I think that was the only thing that I had a problem with PS4.
Well, I mean, you got them gorilla hands, so I understand.
Well, and I didn't like how the back triggers are just like kind of pieces that were like kind of hanging off the back of it. Like it just felt so like easy to break.
The way triggers were. Yeah. I will say this: the PS2 DualShocks were probably the sturdiest feeling ones. Like
that's what I liked about them.
They felt like they had some substance. So you're gonna kind of feel like you have a homecoming when you get the DualSense controller, because the DualSense controller has that same sturdiness that we probably haven't, because the PS3 controllers felt paper thin. They felt light, and I remember one time I was actually playing somebody. I was playing somebody I was playing my best friend in a game of Tekken, and I was just getting ragdolled. And I remember I got so pissed that I actually wrenched the controller, and I damn near snapped the controller in half. You can hear the plastic literally giving.
But you know what's crazy is that when it comes to Street Fighter, the Dreamcast is my controller. Like every time I play Street Fighter Third Strike, I play religious because I think I played it so religiously.
Yeah,
Dreamcast.
I'm with you, Ed. I loved the Dreamcast controller for fighting games.
Yeah, it felt so bad.
It felt good in my hands.
Yeah,
that's why I love the Dreamcast.
It felt so balanced playing Soul Calibur on it, and it felt balanced playing like Street Fighter Alpha 3, Street Fighter Third Strike. Like there was something about that controller for fighters. Just for me personally, it felt so good. That's why.
I don't know, like any game, because Capcom games notorious for having like the 6-button mapping. Like any game that had the 6-button mapping, the Dreamcast controller was not it for me.
I button configure mine for Dreamcast. So
I've always hated using shoulders and triggers, to get my last set of buttons in. I've always hated that, So yeah, like the games that are built on the Naomi board, which was the Dreamcast system board, the fighting games like Marvel vs. Capcom, Power Stone, stuff like that. Perfect, Project Justice, Project Justice, perfect, but when you had those games that had the 6-button config, it was like, okay, where you got short, medium, hard, but the hard buttons are mapped to the triggers. It's like, And
I think that's why when Tatsunoko for versus Capcom came on Wii, they went to, I think, a 3-button configuration with some other things.
Which was also weird.
But you know what? But it worked. It worked so well when playing on their like that Super Nintendo controller for it. It worked so well, and I think that's why Xbox One with Destiny that it felt so good in my hands. It felt something about the Xbox One controller feels so comfortable when you're playing Destiny. And it may be almost the same thing, Corey, playing Series X with Destiny. Like if something about it feels comfortable with it. I think it's just the 2D games that I'm just like, I can't do this for some reason. And it makes, like I said, it's a personal thing for me. Still GameCube.
Yeah, like first-person shooters, I think with first-person shooters, like, because I like those so much, I feel like that's the best way to have the joysticks, set like that. Because I see, like when I used to play, like, SOCOM and stuff on PlayStation, and then trying to use the joysticks or whatever I couldn't do it like with them both right along next to each other like that. Like I like it. I don't know, it just feels so much better when you have the joysticks
it's
offset.
So weird. Yeah, because it's so weird because I couldn't do the 360 controller. The Xbox One Slim Xbox One as on the original Xbox was fine, and I think once I got so used to playing Xbox One with like Tomb Raider and Titanfall, and I agree with you with the first place because like most of my library for Xbox that has first person is a lot of first person shooters because everything feels so good playing. Like Doom feels good playing with the Xbox controller. Titanfall feels good. Surprisingly, Battlefield plays good. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare plays good with the controller. Like there's something about it that it feels good. I mean, have you guys ever like recognized that certain controllers feel good with certain genre of games?
Oh yeah.
I mean, I think that's kind of what we're talking about, though, right? Is like the offset sticks feel way better for first-person shooters, whereas like I would actually choose the PlayStation controller over anything for platformers, like 2D platformers, because that D-pad, I think that the PlayStation's D-pad is the best D-pad right now on current consoles. Like it's really good. I like how kind of flush they are. Of course, I haven't held the DualSense, so I'm talking about the PS4 controller, but it's just like kind of flush. Almost with the controller, and it's just, I don't know, I like the PlayStation D-pad a lot.
The DualSense definitely though looks like it. I'm going to like that controller. Like from the day we seen it, like it just looks so much more sturdy, and and that's what I'm used to. That's what I love about the the Xbox controllers. It just feels like a good product that like it's solid made and it weighs a little bit, and and like I don't know, it's just the perfect balance of things. Again, I don't use the D-pad a whole lot, so I like that for me doesn't really bother me, because even fighting games sometimes I'll tend to use the joystick because I've just it doesn't bother me. I'm not playing to compete or anything anyways. So it's like, like. Yeah.
And that's probably why like Bayonetta 2 on Switch feels, even though it is a port, it feels better. I think with the Pro Controller for me, compared to Bayonetta 2 with the Wii Pad. I think like action style games feel good with the Pro Controller. I deal with Xbox and I deal with PS4 controllers for DMC Devil May Cry. They're fine, but I'm just like, something just feels right. And I think it's just like when you got the right controller for that right game and it feels right, I think it's just like comfortable, like your wrist and stuff is not hurting. What about you, LeRon? Definitely with you playing PC also.
Well, in all seriousness, like with me, like I'm at my core, I'm a PlayStation gamer, so I actually have a PS4 controller with an adapter, the ones that Sony made for the PC. Mm-hmm. I typically do have a bias because every other like PC controller, like the ones Logitech have made and stuff like that, I just didn't like the way they felt. They felt a little. They
feel cheap.
Like like a really bad third-party controller.
Yeah, exactly.
So light.
Yeah, so I mean, I typically lean towards like just using a PlayStation controller because I used the PS3 controller until the PS4 controllers came out for that were compatible with PC, and now the PS5 controllers have PC compatibility too. So I'm probably just gonna make the jump to that, because now I won't have to use an actual IR receiver to play it. Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah.
Man, that the Pro Controller, because I'm playing
not IR. I'm sorry, not IR. I'm dumb. A Bluetooth receiver. I'm sorry.
Since I'm playing Bionic Commando Rearm on Steam, like the Pro Controller feels so good with it, dude.
LeRon 2002 called they want their technology back.
Right?
Sorry, I had to make that joke.
No.
Sorry, Ed, I didn't mean to cut you off. You can keep going now.
No, that was it. I was just saying that. Yeah, Bionic Commando Rearm on that Pro Controller on Steam, like, really feels good. Like, I was telling around, I'm like, I haven't really played. Last time I did a PC game was Grand Theft Auto 3, and playing some stuff on Steam, like just Bionic Commando, I'm just like, man, this feels good. Like, I don't know, it feels fresh. Even when I'm playing, which is kind of different, when I'm streaming from my Xbox to my PC. Watching it with my PC and playing with the Xbox controller, I'm just like, oh, this just feels right for some reason. It's so weird, in a sense. But yeah, Power Rangers to controllers. How?
I know.
Yeah.
All right. So this is the Boss Rush Podcast, the flagship show of Boss Rush Games Podcast Network. Each and every week, we get together with our friends from around the internet to talk about the games and everything we love about them. You can find the show on podcast services, YouTube, and our website every Monday morning. If you like the show, remember to hit that subscribe button and please rate and review us on whatever service you listen to us on. And check out our entire family of shows on bossrushgames.com. I think we're going to start out with what we've been playing. I know a lot of things have happened the last 24 hours. I know we probably want to talk about that Resident Evil showcase because I know a lot of people are excited. I know, LeRon, you guys are probably going to talk about it on Tuesday on Crossroads. But what
I have questions about that when we get to it.
I have questions about you all the time, Ed.
I'm available to give you answers.
Oh! I don't like the way he offered that.
I know.
I'm already coming for you for the shade that you did yesterday night with my honey barbecue domino hot wings.
Wait, who did that? Who did that?
Corey did.
What'd I do?
Oh, okay.
When Todd said, Eddie, about your diet because of me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, on Twitter.
Yes.
That was funny.
I had to agree with that one too, though.
That was funny.
The shade. You too.
Ed, every time I talk to you, you're like getting some sort of fast food or Domino's or something from somewhere, and I know like you're at work, but just happens to be every time I talk to you, like it's time for lunch. I'm like, oh, what do you? He's like, I'm getting Domino's, and I'm like, oh. Which, by the way, we're getting Domino's for dinner tonight, so I don't know why I'm talking. But
I don't even know what I'm getting for dinner tonight. I may go out to the store, buy like a pound of shrimp, and do something with it later.
I tried. I went after work. I ended up because I had heard about we have a Hardee's by us or whatever.
Oh, nice.
But they have this new they had this
Brisket
new
thing, right?
There it's called the Fury. Crap, what was it called? It's like the Fury
Is
something. It's a burger.
Oh.
It's like it's got like two patties on it.
Mm.
This really, really good fire specialty like hot sauce type stuff. That's like it's more of like a creamy hot sauce. And then they put jalapenos on it, and I think pepper jack cheese, and in lettuce, tomatoes, and onions, all that stuff. But it's like, it's like massive. But it was so good, man. All that sauce that they put on it is really good.
Jesse, I want pics. Like, yes,
yeah.
Everybody send me pics.
Why do you want to pick up a messy sandwich that's been in a wrapper? I don't understand.
It makes me smile. Like,
yeah.
Well, unless
I'll do is I'll send you the promo picture of it, what it looks supposed to look like, and it looks pretty close to what it looked like.
I started eating big messy burritos with a fork. Okay, so I'm done with messy food right now.
Dude, you wanna hear weird? So like there was this fad in our elementary school. Okay. It was where it was cool to eat burritos, but there was these kids.
Burritos are still cool, Jesse. Where have you been?
I know,
and I know, but like the frozen burritos that you bring, and they would bring them in there. And for some weird reason, these kids started this fad where they were taking the straws from your milk and stuff, and they were bending them in weird like ways, and then sticking them into the top of the burrito, like and just like, what the heck are people doing? Like, this is so weird.
That sounds like the table of kids at the lunchtime in Mean Girls.
Yeah.
Mean Girls is a great movie, by the way.
Yeah.
And I have not seen it yet.
You have never seen? Okay, we need to do a recap for that one.
Oh God.
We need to do a recap for that one.
Look. We still got to do Aliens. We still got to do I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. Me and Jesse doing The Naked Gun. I cannot wait for The Naked Gun.
Yeah, I love those movies so much.
Movie.
Oh, and they
just recap is live for Event Horizon. I saw it went live. Was it yesterday or was it the day before?
Yeah, Friday. Whatever day Friday was this week. I don't remember.
And Ed, I think they added the TV show now to one of the services. The Squad. What is it? Whatever Squad. That the Naked Gun movies are based off of.
Oh no!
It was a TV series first, and then they made the Naked Gun movies from that. It's a spin. They were spin-offs. I just love those in that intro to that show, because they do the whole where the police car is driving through the different things. It drives through the women's shower and locker room while they're all getting dressed, and then it drives through the on the ice and the hockey rink, and then I just love those movies.
The Naked Gun movies are so stupid and funny. I mean, it's stupid in the way that the small gags just literally make you laugh. Just like, this is
Did you ever get a chance to watch Wrongfully Accused yet?
No, I gotta get it. I gotta get it.
That's still one of my favorite
I don't
Leslie
know
Nielsen movies.
I don't know any of these movies you guys are talking about.
Corey, Leslie Nielsen movies are.
I know who Leslie Nielsen is.
But every movie all those movies that he's in, like Wrongfully Accused, like the Naked Gun movies, they're all just perfect comedy.
So I got Mean Girls on the list, LeRon. So I'm gonna watch that and we'll do a recap. But I'm sorry, Corey, not to hijack.
No, look. Who cares what we talk about today? It's just
this is
what we've been playing.
Kind of us being friends talking about things today.
Yeah, So I'm gonna start because sometimes I always go last, and then like we've been going way too long, and then I just never get to talk about what I've been playing. Really, I finished Cyberpunk this week.
Oh, nice.
42 hours of stuff in that game.
Okay.
I think the main quest in that game is much more enjoyable than the side stuff. I know I talked to Josh a little bit on Tower Casuals about it before we actually like got into the Destiny stuff, but like the side stuff, I did all of Pan Am's side stuff. I did most of Judy's, but I when I finished that game, I was very satisfied with my ending. And from what I'm told, it's everybody's favorite ending. It's not like the perfect ending, but it's like everybody's favorite. So I'm like, huh, cool. I would like to go back to that game when everything is fixed.
Mm-hmm.
I will probably go back to that game when everything is fixed. I like the concept and I like the world. I like the characters. You know, I really like a lot of the things that are going on in that game. It's just too many. I really got pulled out of it about probably 20 hours in when like there was 3 major bugs that I hit. Well, not major. 2 were minor. 1 was pretty major to the point where like I thought I was gonna have to stop playing. One was like I had to like the major bug was the big tank during one of the missions is like they teach you how to drive a tank and you're gonna go do a thing for the nomads, right? And the tank would never like land on the ground properly. Mm-hmm. To the point where like I had to like go buy grenades and start chucking grenades at this tank to get it to move so it would land properly.
Wow.
It literally probably took me about 20 minutes to make this tank land properly. And
that was Xbox version on Series X, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And I know there was a lot of issues with that mission in general.
Oh, hey, while I was speaking of Cyberpunk real fast, I finally on the PC ran into a game crashing bug.
Ooh.
And I didn't even know what the crash was because I was out in the street.
Oh wow!
And all of a sudden the game crashed, and I got the little Windows. I got the little in-game notification that we're sorry we're sorry for this crash that you experienced with Cyberpunk 2077. Would you like to send a report up? It was the first time.
Wow!
I haven't got no crashes yet.
That's awesome.
It was the first time.
It's not awesome, but it's awesome.
First time as a PC player. First time.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So like I was really like. I've really enjoyed my time. I really feel like this game will be great someday. Someday this game will be great for console players. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the ending was really cool. I really was like enamored with the Johnny Silverhand stuff. Like I really enjoyed. Minus the issues I have with like some of the voice acting and the delivery and stuff. I was like really into that game probably from start to finish, except for like a couple small things in the middle. And the side quest didn't really do anything for me. It was like, go here, kill these guys, press X to whatever, and go. But I really enjoyed my ending. I really enjoyed the game. I really want to go back to it when these bugs are fixed. I don't want to spoil the ending because like I know you guys haven't finished it yet, but
there's one side quest, bug wise, that I did a mission. I was supposed to go pick up a weapon from somebody,
Mm-hmm.
the weapon master, and I get there. I'm on the thing, and the button won't prompt for me to press it to talk to him to get it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a side mission that's like stuck on my map that I can't do.
oh, well, I'm sorry about that, Ed.
I still never finished the second Tomb Raider because fired the very end of the game, literally, like where you have to go and talk to the people to get ready to get onto the boat and leave the island.
Yeah,
the people are just there, and it doesn't give me the prompt to talk to them.
Those are the worst.
It did, but then it didn't do anything, and it still shows like this is where you need to go to finish. And it's like out in the water. So there, yeah, I had to just consider it finished and just not play it because literally it would no matter what I did, it would not fix the issue. Like I tried reloading my save and all that stuff and still did the same thing. So
wow,
I don't know what happened with that, but
Wow.
That's
so-
the last time I've had a really bad bug in a game.
Yeah, it was. I like Cyberpunk. It has its issues, but I hope that I know there's a big patch 1.1 came out this week that there's apparently a really big progression breaking bug. If you hit it, you just can't progress. Right. But I've also been playing Destiny. Been playing a lot of Destiny. I'm working on the Hawkmoon quest. I've been trying to do it forever, and I just kept getting sidetracked, kept not playing games because of other stuff. And Destiny, man, I don't know, man. I love this game.
So good.
It's really good. Even with the patches, I know PC players have been playing it at 60 frames forever, but with the recent patches, the recent upgrades, the engine changes they made, it just feels better. It just keeps getting better. And they're the things that they're doing. We talked about it on Tower Casuals this week, but just some of the changes they're making to make the game just more kind of user friendly and just better is just.
I feel like loot drops twice as much as it used to when I played more often.
Yeah, well, they're bringing
whenever I do anything, loot almost always drops when I kill people. Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
The system that they used in the season of Arrivals was coming out or was out. The Umbral Engram system where you can kind of customize the drops that you get. You can say, oh, well, I would like an auto rifle or a pulse rifle from this engram. And you could customize the engrams that you got before you could turn them in. And it was they're bringing that back where if you need a specific weapon from these engrams, oh, I really like pulse rifles. Let's customize these engrams to give me a pulse rifle. And then there'll be random rolled pulse rifles. And you'll be like, oh, well, I got a god rolled on this pulse rifle. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to just get to the next season. It starts in 2 weeks. The Crow storyline is becoming way more fascinating. It's just great. Destiny is just the game that I just love playing, even when I know I should be playing other games, and I just keep going back.
I feel like they really turned that game around. I think personally for me, I feel like Destiny 2 was a good start for them turning that thing around, and just the way that they've been working on it and added stuff.
I think
good.
part of that. I think part of that too is just them leaving Activision was a crucial part too.
I mean, that's. I mean, this is the first major release since they did leave Activision. Yeah. There's some issues with it. You can definitely tell, because a lot of Activision's support studios were helping with Destiny, like Vicarious Visions, which just got absorbed into Blizzard. And they also confirmed a Diablo 2 remake is coming, by the way, in case anybody cares about Diablo 2.
They announced that yesterday?
I think they announced it today. Or last night or something. They don't have those support teams anymore. So the loot pool is kind of small. They started the sunsetting stuff, which is it's a good idea in theory, but just the way they're kind of handling it probably needs handled a little bit different. Again, you can listen to Tower Casuals if you want to know all the deep stuff, but I don't know. I think they're headed in a great direction. I think the upcoming season seems promising story-wise, and if you haven't played Destiny, this is the time to jump in. I know there's a lot of story stuff that people may need to catch up on, but other than that, it's just man, it's great.
Well, I already told you and Josh, get ready because you guys are going to carry me.
Yeah, I mean, let's do it.
I hope 1 weekend that would be awesome if all 4 of us could. Or is it only 3? Can you only have 3 in a team? Or
it depends on what activity you're doing. Dungeons and strikes and stuff, it's 3. Raids, it's 6. Multiplayer, the Crucible, it's 6. But yeah, I mean, I would really like to have a boss rush raid at some point, just where we all kind of go in and get ready and just do one, because the Deepstone Crypt is it's the most new player friendly raid or for people who've
Yeah.
never done a raid, it's the
I've
most
seen.
friendly.
Didn't they bring one? Didn't they bring back the Leviathan raid?
No, they did. They aren't. A lot of the old raids are gone.
I know, but didn't they, I just seen something? What did they? What
They're
was
bringing
it with
back
the Leviathan?
They're bringing back Vault of Glass,
Oh, okay.
which was the very first raid from
Yeah.
Destiny 1.
Oh, okay.
Ah,
Because I
okay.
seen something about Leviathan that get announced. No, what it was.
They took it away, is probably what they announced.
I wonder what happened if
I thought it was whatever it was they said was coming back.
I wonder what happens if I put my first Destiny in my Xbox.
What do you mean? I turned on
Is it-
Destiny 1 the other day. It's still there. I mean,
Everything's still like the same.
yeah. There's just no like weekly updates for like trials or Iron Banner or bounty updates or anything. But the entire game's still there. You can still do all the raids. You can still do all the story stuff. It's all still there. I actually thought about going back and playing through some of it because some other things that I would like to do. That requires some recording of that game.
Yeah, because I haven't heard anyone talk about the like original Destiny on Series X. Wonder if that plays better.
I mean, it loads faster. It doesn't really play any different.
Any different? Okay.
Yeah.
Like it does load faster though. I did try it.
Okay.
So, but that's what else was I playing? What was I playing on Switch? I got to turn on my Switch. Where did my Switch go? I just had it. Hold on, I gotta find my Switch. Oh, it's in the dock.
Where it should be.
I know.
Oh, shade.
Well, no, because my kids always freaking leave it laying around the house. I can never find it, and I'm like, why is it not where it's supposed to be? Charging.
I'm so tempted to buy that Mario one, that red and blue one.
Yeah, that's a nice looking one.
Yeah.
That's
I'm sorry. That one, when they unveiled that one, that didn't move. That did not move any
red-
needles for me.
I think the red dock looks cool. I think the blue accents on like the controller holster and stuff is a little much, but I think the red looks cool. I think the blue they could have done without the blue. Yeah. I don't think
get the Mario Red controller for Xbox.
I don't think red and blue go together. Like they don't go together. It's just I don't know. It's something weird, but it just. But that red Switch is nice. But I have been playing New Super Mario Brothers U because I just wanted a really solid side-scrolling platformer to play, and I didn't finish it on Switch, so I'm like, let's just play a little bit of Mario, and that's what I'm doing. So I also downloaded Final Fantasy VII, the original. I downloaded it on Game Pass, and I also have it on Switch. I haven't decided what I'm playing it on yet. But that won my Twitter poll of what I should play next by like 30-something%. And I'm really upset about that you guys picked a terrible game for me to play that I've...
You know what?
Oh.
But that's kind of all I've been playing. I'm really interested to see this, like, because I've only played through like Midgar on Final Fantasy VII. I just didn't care for it. So, and like at that point, I know so much about Final Fantasy VII just through culture, pop culture, and game culture anyway that it's just like,
Osmosis.
yeah, it's just like, do I do this anyway?
I think to see the whole why it's kind of
Well,
an iconic game.
I want to play it because the Final Fantasy VII remake's coming to Xbox this year, and like that game looks amazing, and I want to play through it.
Yes,
And I want to experience. Like I want to make sure I have the first one done and kind of because like the Switch version and the Game Pass version have they have like the story mode where you can just kind of blow through the story instead of like doing the grinding for stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna do that.
Yeah,
The materia system, did they do that really well in the remake, Dean?
Yeah, they did. They did, yeah. So it's like
that's what I loved about the original is that materia system.
Yeah, they still have it. You don't get all of it. I know there's some of it when you play the original Final Fantasy. There you get some different ones.
Yeah, there's a lot.
But they give you the ones that you need for 7 remake, and I'll speak about that a little bit later.
Yeah. So, but that's kind of all I've been playing. Jesse, we're gonna go to you next because I picked you next.
Okay. Well, I honestly haven't played a whole lot. I mean, other than like Fortnite stuff, trying to grind on that. But I did play, or well, my son played. I downloaded it because I wanted to finally try Donut County, which they added to Game Pass.
And which I just bought for PS4.
Yeah. So, but I've been
Ed, you don't have Game Pass anyway. What are you complaining about?
It was because Donut County was only $4 on PS4, and I didn't know they had it on Game Pass.
Yeah, it just got added this week.
But
I've been playing some more Watch Dogs Legions because I'm trying to finish that. I still just love that game. I just, it's just a nice, relaxing, just goof around game, open world game, which is, if I'm not playing first person shooters, usually it's an open world game of me just like screwing around and in the world and having fun with it. But we lost Ed, I think. And anyways, the other game I played was I went back to Hitman 2. And I've been trying to finish that. I actually switched over to trying to finish that here because I'm going to get Hitman 3. And it seems like a lot of people are really enjoying that game because I see a lot of people talking about it.
Sure, a lot of people already finished it. I'm like,
yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. Now mind you, I'm not very good at that game. By no means. Like, I don't get a good rating. I don't actually, honestly, half the time I don't think I get a rating because I did. But I just go in there and I just like basically, like, the thing is with that game is you really gotta say, okay, well, it's gonna take me about 2 hours or 3 hours to finish this one mission because I mean you have to be so meticulous and just really take your time with every decision you make because there's only certain windows that you have where you can do something without being recognized or without so you really have to be careful when you're playing that game and but so I take the fast way. I just go in there, I grab a knife, and then I stand like maybe 4 feet away from the target. I throw the knife through his head, and then I just run like hell and try to get out of there. But that game it's just so much fun. Like I just love the whole like the system in those games are just phenomenal. Just like being able to just knock people out and then steal their outfit and then people like completely like you can literally kill someone. Everyone sees you. Quick run around the corner, knock someone else out, steal their outfit, and then as long as you put the outfit on before they get by you, they'll think that you're a different person. So like you've just basically cleared your name for the moment, and obviously like they'll be like like in security, like the more high up security details will be like, hey, like I don't know you, you're not familiar. You may be wearing a security outfit, but you're not familiar, and it will trigger a warning, but I mean, basically all you got to do then is the people that have a yellow dot above their head are just the people that you have to try to avoid, but yeah, those games are just so fun. And like, I think I forget which. The last mission that I did on Hitman 2 was I was in like a town in Mexico or something.
Mm-hmm.
and I had to take out some drug lords. There was 3 of them, and they each had their own like little town, basically, all close to one another. And everyone in that town and around it has guns. So like, you know, like it was definitely one of the more challenging missions that I've done. I would say it was about as challenging as the final mission in the first one. But yeah, those games are just so much fun, man. I love them. Like it makes me excited to get into this third one once I finish the second one.
I can't wait to start the first and second one. I'm excited.
No, do you have them already?
Yeah, I bought I just bought the
Did you
second
bought the
one.
collection?
Yeah,
the
I bought
one
yeah.
that comes with both. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because
I was gonna say.
I think Xbox did. I think Go they did the whole season, and then Xbox. I think just 2 weeks ago they did a good sale on it. I think like for like $10, you got the whole Hitman 2 series.
Yeah, and then I think they have like a whole bunch of like extra stuff too that you can do on the side besides the actual regular storyline missions. But yeah, and then well, other than that, like honestly I've been just watching a lot of videos and stuff like of things that I want to see or want to play that are coming out or shows. You know, like I watched that WandaVision that a lot of people are talking about, and I like that. I like that show a lot. It's just so unique and different. I just love how they do the whole like, you know, like what is it? The 80s or you know, like the old school sitcom
60s,
yeah, stuff. Yeah, it's
fun.
It's interesting for sure. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I just really want to play Boneworks on
Oculus.
West. Man, that game.
I've been looking at VR, but it's still like, it's so expensive.
I mean, honestly though, it's crazy that you can basically, for what it costs to get PSVR, still you can get the Quest 2 basically for almost the same price, and you don't need a console or a PC for that, which is you know, that's probably the most affordable thing out right now. That's, you know, that's worth having anyways. But
well, Ed, what are you playing?
So for Xbox, I started up Tell Me Why. This is the one from Don't Knob. I'm still like in the first episode. I just started it like this morning. It looks like it's going to be a really good game, very interesting with some of the puzzles. So I'm excited to see what they have more with that. I bought Little Nightmares on PS4. I told Nelly about it, that I picked it up because it was like only $5. So I can't wait.
Why did you buy it? It literally just came out for free with gold on Xbox.
You want to know why? It's because I think it was because it was just like $5 cheap, and I just didn't. I had completely forgot that I had bought it on Xbox. Because
it's free. It was free with gold. It was a free game with gold this week or this month. So
wait, what was free?
Little Nightmares.
Oh.
Yeah. For some reason I knew I had downloaded some stuff, but I think because Hitman and Tell Me Why was still downloading, it paused my game, and I haven't cut on my Xbox in a while because I have been playing PlayStation and stuff. So I was just like, oh, they got some good sales going on. So I had just bought it for PS4 and didn't even realize it till like, oh, I double bought this game. Oh well, I just own it on 2 systems and call it a day. I mean, $5 is nothing wrong. Shit, I spent the $5 to get Among Us on Switch, so I was just like, well, whatever. For PS4, Final Fantasy VII Remake, I am playing. I'm close to the end with that. I just fighting that Hell House is literally bunkers and funny because you gotta actually make sure that you got the right material. But the thing has house assurance on it because it was putting on the shield and stuff. Like I was beating the crap out of it, and then it's just like I'm gonna throw on the shield. I'm like, the house got the house assurance. It has never did. I hate finding that house in regular Final 57. It was just like I was falling out laughing. I was just like, this thing is like the best. I just thought it was completely funny.
When the shield goes up, does it say, "We are farmers"?
But I eventually beat it, and I'm finding out more about the story and everything. And it's really, really good. It's getting good. So I can't wait to finish that. I did put on the Twitter saying if I replay this game, should I do it on easy so I could kind of like finish some stuff. Everybody was just like, do it on hard. I'm like, I just got done finding that house. I don't feel like doing it on. that was hard enough. Like I think that fight took me 45 minutes to do because it was just like there's some problems that I have with this game with Final Fantasy VII. I don't think it feels like it don't really allow you to grind in this game, and you really don't know. There's something about the grind, the armor system, and everything. You know, it's just like you want to fight stuff and get stronger. You want to have equipment to like be strong with, but you kind of like when you go to different stores, when you go to different towns, they don't really offer a lot. Like I didn't get another sword to almost like in my regular playthrough, I didn't get one to almost 7 hours in the game. I was still using the first sword that they start you off with before I even got something new, and I was just like, this is off balance for some reason.
Well, if I remember correctly, like you didn't start the grind until after you got out of Midgar. So in Final Fantasy VII, if I remember my old playthrough back in the day of it, like the Midgar stuff was supposed to get the story going, and then once you got out of Midgar, that's when you could actually start doing the exploration and the grinding. So I mean, you know, like just take that for what it is. But I recall like there was no real room to grind in the beginning section of Final Fantasy VII to begin with.
It was when you got to the wall market.
I don't really remember, and it seems like you're like it's more fresh in your brain because you've probably been playing the ports a couple of times.
When I played the original one, I was grinding in the wall market because that's where you fought the house so many times. Okay. Because you was Aerith was showing you how to get to Sector 7 and everything, and that's when you had to do the dress up and everything before you get Tifa. Like in that area, you used to grind. You don't really. This game has too many cutscenes than gameplay, which is not bad or anything, but it's a longer movie than it is a game.
Let Square do their thing. We were begging them for a millennia to have Final Fantasy VII brought over to a more modern console. So let them do their thing. You know this sounds like that be careful what you wish for syndrome.
Yeah.
Because I've said it before, like Final Fantasy VII Remake feels like Advent Children complete the game, and I'm immensely enjoying it. But you know, I actually love the fact that there are a lot of cutscenes. It actually helps with the immersion because I think to some degree this is what they honestly wanted back when they first made Final Fantasy VII. Because just to jump between Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VIII, you saw there was a different tone in how they built Final Fantasy VIII versus VII. You know, 7 still seemed like they were trying to build like the same type of game that they had for Super NES, but 8 felt like this is a brand new frontier for us. We're gonna do something different. We're gonna. If I'm not mistaken, back in the old days with Final Fantasy VII, when they were doing their ad campaigns and stuff like that, if I'm not mistaken, they said there was something in one of the commercials or one of the ads where it was like nothing like this has ever been seen in Hollywood before. It was something like that. I'll find the commercial and I'll share it with you guys in the chat. But they were trying to do something, that had not been done in games. And Final Fantasy VII technically did start that, but I feel like Final Fantasy VIII is when it was realized, because just the intro for Final Fantasy VIII alone, like, man, like that opera music, and then the two jackasses fighting with the gun blades and stuff,
Yeah, and I want to say it's not like Xeno for PS2. One of the Xeno games for PS2 where it's like Xenosaga. I think it was like a 2 hour or 1 hour cutscene where it was a 1 hour cutscene, and they had timed it that you played nothing. All you did was sit back and watch the cutscene. So it's nothing it's nothing like that. I was just like, wow, there's a lot of cutscenes in it. You walk some spaces and then cutscene, and then you just pretty much put the controller down and watch it and stuff. Which the cutscenes already is gorgeous and everything. Corey, I think when it comes to Xbox, you're really gonna enjoy it. Like I was like you, holding off for it to come to Xbox, but LeRon, when we was talking, I'm like, that Target sale, I had
that Target sale screwed me up too, because I was like, I just need some games to play on the PS5. And when I saw that Final Fantasy VII remake was backwards compatible, I was like, you know what, let's just do it. But because honestly, I was holding out for the PC version. I was, and if I could be even more real with you, I remember how like I got the full experience of the Mass Effect trilogy by getting the Mass Effect trilogy when it released on PS3, and I feel like because I was able to play those 3 games back to back without that gap of time waiting for the next release and stuff like that, I got a more enjoyable experience than a lot of people who were like the true gamers and were waiting for it release by release. That's I always say, like, I feel like one of the main reasons why there's so much blowback from the ending of the Mass Effect trilogy overall is from the main gamers who were playing it from day one back in 2007 until it was finally realized. When I can't remember when Mass Effect 3 came out, but I want to say it was at least 7 years.
Yeah, it was.
But whereas I played it, and I played it straight through, like I didn't stop. Disc 1, Disc 2, Disc 3, and I was like,
I did that on PS3.
And when I got to that ending, I was like, not bad, but I can see where everybody was pissed. I can see it, but to me, I was like,
it was an ending to me.
I'm going on a tangent. But what I was saying about Final Fantasy VII remake is I was actually considering, like, do I just get this Mass Effect treatment and wait till every installment of the game's out and then buy the collection? Because you guys know there's going to be a collection.
Oh yeah,
you guys know there's going to be a collection. You know this. And I was one of those people.
That's what I've been thinking about. I've been thinking about for a while about possibly doing that, just because I would hate to go through half of the game and then just have to stop and then wait. And I'll have to wait even longer if I don't have a PS5 by that time.
And another problem I'm having is, as I've gotten older, like my retention for what goes on in a previous installment has dwindled. I'm one of those people that when a new season of a show starts up, I usually go back and rewatch the last season just so I can remember, because they have things that call out to the previous season, or God knows, like Game of Thrones. Like first of all, 10 episode seasons for 10 seasons, or for 10, not 8 seasons. Yeah. 10 episode seasons, they all come on straight, like 1 week after the other, and then they're off for like 30 some odd weeks, and then season 2 starts, or the next season starts, or and they reference something that goes back to like season 1, and I'm like, I saw that 7 years ago. I don't remember that.
Yeah, that show is not good for people who have ADD, who can't pay great attention to detail, and so like I completely fell off of that show,
which is exactly why I don't watch shows that require you to pay a lot of attention.
There are some I do, like Lost got pretty crazy where you really had to try to like remember things and and stuff like that, and I did finish that, but there's just too much stuff that's just like kind of like boring talk to me that happens.
I can't stand when a show is just like when an episode of a show is just filler for no reason.
Yeah.
Well, I felt like there was a lot of stuff like that in Game of Thrones where it wasn't anything I was caring about enough to really pay attention to it. and then and then it would end up that I would be just like left like, okay, I have no idea what's going on. I've just watched like 60 hours or whatever, or 30 hours of this show, and I still don't know why these things are happening, because I just couldn't pay attention to a lot of it. And and I get it. I understand. It is a good show. I do think it is a great show, but it's just not for me.
Well, let me finish with what I play. So yeah, that's Final Fantasy VII. Yakuza Like a Dragon. I started up also really good game.
I wish some people that took my poll voted for that.
Well, I feel like you need to play the original Yakuza games. So
I'm not playing 6,000 hours of games just to play Yakuza 7. I'm sorry.
I've 4 coming out in a couple of days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, LeRon?
No, I thought this was in reference to Yakuza Like a Dragon, because I was hearing that you don't have to have any verse,
no, it's a brand new game, so it doesn't have. It has some elements of the regular Yakuza, like some of the setup, but like for Corey, I've been trying to get him to play like the original ones to see, like, to get an understanding on the Yakuza series and stuff.
If anything, you have to play Dragon Quest before playing that game.
Yeah, right.
I'm just like, just play Dragon Quest 8 and call it a day, because that's the kind of the best one. So that's what I'm doing for PS. For my Switch, I just picked up Mercenary Blades, a game that Dan recommended. I picked up I Can Fail. My good friend Grayson recommended, so I'll be playing that soon. Picked up Paradise Killer, and I'm trying that out. Great soundtrack. It's a kind of a dark mystery kind of game. I can't wait to play a little bit more of that. Started Immortals Phoenix Rising on Switch. This is an okay game. I'm enjoying it and stuff. But I'm getting ready to tackle Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition with that. And I can't wait to play a little bit more of that and get further in. So, but that's kind of what I'm doing on Switch at the moment and stuff. Because LeRon probably gonna be happy about this. I carry my Fire Emblem 3 houses everywhere I go, and I'm so intrigued. I'm like, I need to put this in, but no, I'm trying to stay committed to this one game, and then realize who I am. Be like, I don't stay committed to games because I jump around.
You don't. You play like everything at once, and then it takes you 4 years to beat one of the greatest games of all time.
You know what? We're going to have a discussion.
We're talking about Breath of the Wild, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just getting ready to ask you, man, how do you play all these games with a full-time job? But that's the problem. You don't. Because you have like 19 games you're playing.
No, like I said, because I close a lot at work. When I get up in the morning after talking to you guys and hanging out, I put on the game and I start playing it. Or
because you only sleep like 3 hours a day.
I'm like it's either. I'm like, it's got to be no sleep.
He's got one of those time travel necklaces from Harry Potter is what he's got.
Yeah, I normally don't go because my body don't get, like, it's been up so much at work. When I do get home, it's so hard to like sit down and fall asleep. So I'm up to like, maybe I'll get home like at 10:30, and I'm up to 2:30 because my body don't want to sleep or anything. So I'll just play a game and finish it. And if I'm really trying to do Killzone 3, where I'm trying to beat it within like a day and a half.
Killzone 3, that's a random.
Yeah, I started on the Saturday, went to Toys R Us, came back and finished Killzone 3, like 2:00 that night, 2:00 in the morning on a Sunday.
I mean, that game's not that long though, is it? I mean,
I didn't expect.
Or was it still during the era where first-person shooter campaigns were like 37 hours long and nobody really cared?
Shoot, it's probably about 10 hours. With that, and stuff. But I didn't expect to like pop it in. I thought I would just play it for a bit to get a feel for it. No, I stayed to that game and finished it with it. So, but that's pretty much what I've been playing. I pretty much will be finishing some games, and I'm going to be starting Cyber Shadow Tuesday, so I get it ready for a review.
I'm excited for Cyber Shadow.
It looks so good.
It's gonna be good. I'm excited mostly because Not that developer, but the publisher made one of my favorite games of all time. So, in Shovel Knight.
Okay.
So.
And I'm just like, it looks pixelated.
LeRon, what are you playing?
All right, I'm gonna keep this short and sweet because
No.
I swear you guys just rolled out like a library full of games and stuff. So actually, no, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet because I've barely been playing anything this week. I'm still pouring time into the Monster Hunter Rise demo and stuff like that. Like I'm right now like breaking down like the differences between all the weapon classes between Rise and Monster Hunter World, and it's pretty fresh and interesting that everything. Like of course I start with my favorite weapon, which is the gun lance. And then my favorite weapons in the game are the gun lance, the longsword, the charge blade, and the light bow gun. And now I'm eventually working my way through the rest of the 14 weapon classes and stuff like that, which means I gotta brush up on the weapons that I'm rusty with because I am definitely rusty with the switch axe.
I don't like the longsword. I think it's too wild to wield it.
The longsword. You and I are no longer friends.
You want to know why? I think because when I did the insect blade on World, it fit my style of playing because I was actually.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it actually felt like I was hitting him and doing some damage. I think the longsword, every time I swung it, it felt like I was missing him. Like something, I don't know if it's the animation or the attack itself. It felt like it wasn't really hitting him at times.
Is this in Rise or is this in World? Because I know you played World too.
This is in Rise.
Okay,
World might be World. Yeah,
so
I did long blade, I think for Xbox, and then I switched it to the insect glide because of how it was fitting my playstyle. It felt like an action game to me, so I was just like, I feel like I'm doing more damage.
Here's what I feel about about the weapons in Monster Hunter Rise, and I think this is because of the demo, which is starting to annoy me now because this is the second demo that I played on the Nintendo Switch that has not hit my expectations. The first one being the Hyrule Warriors zone, the new one.
You had expectations for that?
Well, that was gonna be what sold me. That was gonna be what sold me on the game.
I'm just kidding. I could have just said, "Hey, it's a Dynasty Warriors game with a Zelda skin on it."
Oh,
it's a little bit more than that, though. I mean, I do give it credit for that, but it's still like, I don't know. I'm really struggling to get into that game. I actually tried to play it the other day, and I was just like, man, I like the first like chapter or whatever, but it's like, it's still
you have to.
I
can hear David Lasby just like screaming at our show right now. I can just hear him like, "You suck." Probably a lot nicer than that, because he's a nice. guy.
Of course, I'm going to become the enemy once again because you guys know me. Like I will find. What's the saying? You can be sober 99 days, but the one day you take a drink, you're an alcoholic again. Mm-hmm. I can be I can be really positive
real in my world right now.
I can be really positive and affirming for Nintendo. 99 days, and that one day that I'm negative, like I'm a hater. So here it is.
No.
I feel like with Age of Calamity, they had the same scope with what they wanted to do with this game that CD Projekt Red had with Cyberpunk 2077. Because when I sat down and played that demo, I was like, what the hell? What the holy fuck is going on here? Why is this game so slow? Why is it lagging? What is going on here? Did they not realize? It's almost like they didn't realize the hardware they were building on. Anyway, back to Monster Hunter.
Before you
cut his mic.
Hold on, real quick. I think the thing about this, if you ever decide to play the full retail version, there's a lot to it. I think the demo was just giving the people an idea, a feel of it. It's a lot to it. It's way more than what that demo has done. So
yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it is.
I'm
going to eventually get it, but now it's like I'm not going to spend $60 for it.
At least it runs and it functions better than Cyberpunk.
Okay, there's your jab. There you go.
What, Hyrule Warriors?
Yeah,
it's because it's a Nintendo game. They don't put games out unless they're running like decent. At least.
Wait. So you mean 14 frames a second was decent?
Compared compared to a frame rate that somebody hit it.
I don't know. I didn't have any real frame rate issues with Hyrule Warriors, but I was also playing in docked mode, so I don't.
Yeah, see, that's the other problem. I was playing in handheld mode. Yeah.
I mean, I could see where that game would probably dip sub 20, like, especially in handheld mode, because there's so many enemies on the screen at the same time, and it's just like.
And they're also trying to draw the map at the same time. You're moving forward and stuff.
Muso games are definitely not the game to showcase the Switch's power. I'm going to tell you that.
Oh yeah.
And because this is Omega Force, so it's not actually Nintendo.
So anyway, going back to the whole Monster Hunter Rise thing with what you were saying, Ed, about, I've also noticed that it seems like sometimes weapon collision doesn't seem quite right because weapon collision on this demo didn't feel right with the bow. And I was like, okay, so what, and like I said, I'm not sure if it's just the demo version or. Well, I mean, the demo is usually based off of a build that is that's not complete for the game just yet. So that could be it. So who knows? I'm not really gonna say your experience will probably change once the full game comes out. It probably will, but I can't guarantee that because I'm not Capcom, I'm not the Monster Hunter team and stuff like that. So I don't know for sure. But yeah, I'm still having fun with it. I have yet to play the multiplayer mode because I know like you wind up using tokens for each playthrough you play through it, and you only get 30 chances. Even though there is a hack and a trick to change that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I haven't done the multiplayer mode just yet.
Play with me.
Sure, we can do that. We can do that one. If don't hold me to it. Maybe tomorrow.
LeRon's like, no.
What about next Sunday?
Okay, Sunday work. Okay, yeah. Well, I can't make any promises because Sunday's usually the day like I'm working on my Twitch and YouTube
you guys
stuff.
Planning your play date on this show.
Yeah. Is how we're supposed to do it? We're supposed to show one big happy family here at Boss Rush Network.
Yes.
Who's happy?
Did you check our Twitter chat?
God, if you check our Twitter chat, sometimes everybody's angry, sometimes everybody's horny. It's just like, what is happening on this? What is happening here?
And then the other game I'm playing is Tekken, the card mobile game by Capcom. So they're currently we're 20 days into the new expansion, which is the Battle of Amatsu no Kuni, which is actually the second part to the Amaterasu campaign, which was the Tale of Amatsu no Kuni. And basically they introduced a new character who's her name is Oichi, and something's going on with her to where she's basically she's basically a victim of the undead kingdom and stuff like that. And man, like she's ruining the meta. I haven't seen anything break the meta since they introduced Zero into the game. But it's fun. It's fun. I made champion, and as soon as I made champion, I stopped playing seriously because I'm like, man, there's so much stuff going on here. Like I made champion, which means I'm guaranteed to get back into A class when the new season rolls over. But I'm like, man, like what? I was even on the Discord for Tekken, and I even reached out. I was like, there's this card. What's the card called? The card is called. I've actually got it pulled up right now. The card is called Curse Extraction. Basically, what this card does, like after a certain amount of actions have been done by you, the player, when you use this card, whenever your opponent kills units that you have deployed, they take a life hit for 2. So basically, when this card is deployed, it basically ends the match for most people. And every time I've encountered this card, it ends the match for me. So I went to the Teppen Discord and I asked people. I was like, hey, is there a strategy to combat this card right now? And unanimously, all the replies were like, just hit the surrender button and move to the next match. Yeah. So yeah, that's that. But yeah, this is the only mobile game I'm actually playing and actually like sinking time into when I'm not playing actual console or PC games. So yeah, as you guys noticed, there was a lack of any mention of Cyberpunk as far as what I've been playing. I didn't play it at all this week, but I did get a updated graphics card, so now I can actually enjoy it with more
fancy.
I tried to I had the Wario 64 stuff up for PlayStations and Xboxes for friends, and saw some graphics card. I tried to tag you in it when I saw
Yeah.
them.
Well, thanks. Did you see my reply?
No, did not.
Okay,
the one I did, but then the other one I did not. If you replied twice.
You sent me two separate ones. I'm gonna miss that one. But I know this. The one I'm looking for, the RTX 3080 card, is
Who's talking?
Hey Google, cancel.
You just canceled someone's very important.
My Google Nest started giving me. It sounded like it was trying to report the coronavirus just now, but whatever. No, because it was talking about some province in China, and I was like, I didn't ask for that. The first link you sent me, Corey, it had all the new graphics cards out there. It had the 3070, the 3080, the 3090, and it also had the 6900. But out of all those that were actually in stock and viable, like the 3080, which is the one I actually want, was sold out.
Oh.
And I'm not trying to spend $1,500 for the 3090.
Why not?
Well, like I said, I don't. First of all, I don't need all that VRAM. First of all, and also I would have to upgrade my power supply in my system. And you know what? I'm like, if I'm not spending an extra $400 on top of $1,600 purchase just to have a graphics card.
Well, and is your motherboard and all that ready to support the new ones and stuff?
Oh, yeah, okay. It is. Yeah,
because I know a lot of that was an issue for some people too.
You're asking the PC muscle race if his PC is ready for it,
right?
No, I understand that, but
Well, I mean, the audience is going to get a good laugh when they hear this. I actually started upgrading my computer to be ready for Cyberpunk. So yeah, take that as you will.
You gotta go get that Quake 2.
Actually, you know what? That's not a bad idea. I need to see the Quake 2 remake. Yeah, with the ray tracing, because actually
it's supposed to be mind blowing.
Yeah, so. I think I will install that just to check it out versus just watching YouTube videos of it. Because I watched the YouTube video for Minecraft ray tracing, and I was like, man, this is not the same game.
Yeah, but at the same time, I feel like it still is so much more different when you're watching video than actually seeing it on your computer. Yeah.
A lot of people haven't talked about the ray tracing on PS4, PS5, and Series X. I think only you, LeRon, did it for Miles Morales.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I think that's a listening issue.
As a gamer, here's my thing. Like what a lot of people don't realize is, because for the past two console generations, we've always been concerned about performance. And when I say performance, we're talking about frame rates. We're talking about stability issues and stuff like that. Not saying when you put in fidelity mode, which actually puts the ray tracing effects on, changes the stability of the game. It doesn't actually, but you typically almost every game except for Miles Morales now has the update where it gets 60 frames. It gets 60 frames in fidelity mode, but it's not 4K. It's 1080p. Actually, wait. I think it's 1440p, but it's a checkerboard 1080.
Yeah.
Like Pro.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I wish I haven't found of anything that confirms what exactly is going on for that, because it's hard to believe that it would be true 4K at 60 frames per second with ray tracing on console. It's hard to believe that's actually what it's doing.
Yeah, the only way we're gonna get 4K 60 is when they port it to the PC, if they port it to the PC.
Yeah, but I think most console gamers are okay at 1440p at this point. Like, I am. I don't even.
Well, if you do 1440 and you're checkerboarding to 4K, like fake 4K, then you're not gonna really know the difference unless you've got actual things on your computer or whatever that are testing. Or if you're your pixel counts and all those
trying to be Digital Foundry.
Yeah, I just I don't know. I like having my Xbox run at 120 hertz, and my 4K TV doesn't support the 4K 120 hertz. So, when I'm playing Destiny Crucible or when I'm playing Halo or whatever,
Yeah,
I want that
good.
faster frame rate and that like it just makes those games feel like different games, you know, and it just
You need the frame. You need the frame rate and the response, particularly for shooters. That's always needed.
Yeah.
Games like Miles Morales and freaking Crash Bandicoot and all that stuff, you don't need frames.
Well,
Frames make it look silky smooth and stuff like that, but
Crash, I need my 120 frames a second for Crash. Okay?
Oh shit.
Well, the thing for me though is like, I don't know, like because I wear glasses when I'm playing a first person shooter, sometimes though having that high fidelity to be able to see people in the crosshair from really far away makes a bigger difference than
exactly.
So
I'm the same way. I need that sharpness. I need that clarity.
When I tried playing games in 1440p, I could just totally tell the difference. But part of that was because playing on a monitor, it's so much easier to see the difference between 1440p and 4K when it's right in front of your face.
I have a big TV screen, so that's why I can see stuff. So like, hey, I'm good to go.
I can't game on TVs anymore at all. Period. I just gotta have a.
I've tried to game on monitors. I have to play on a TV. Like I have to.
Okay.
I don't know what it is. I just prefer the big screen and being immersed.
Yeah.
But when it's right in front of your face, it's the same basically. You got a bigger screen, but it's further away, and instead you have a smaller screen that's closer to you. I mean,
I really don't have that problem anymore because I got the 49-inch ultra wide monitor now, the super ultra wide monitor, and I've got the 75-inch TV, so I don't really have that problem differentiating anymore. And like when I absolutely have to have the frames, though, I'll play on the monitor because I get 120 hertz refresh rate.
I've been looking at monitors and stuff because like I think probably Tuesday. I was gonna do it Monday, but Pow Block records Mondays, so probably Tuesday I'm gonna start streaming again. And I've been looking at monitors just to have like a secondary monitor to be decent because like obviously this here is to play the games on, but like I need a better second monitor. This one is just kind of like a holdover, and I just haven't gotten to get one yet. But I don't know. I want things to look clean and just be crisp, and that frame rate is just.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Trust me.
Yeah, once 4K 120 hertz, monitors are like more prevalent. That'll be a good time because that's the thing is that it's just not an option right now. Like there's maybe like one or two out there.
And I think we talked about a lot of console players are switching to computer monitors to play games and stuff. Like TVs TVs are still big. Yeah.
Yeah, and as more people, more and more people are streaming and stuff like that, it's just so much easier to use a monitor to do that, than to play because you can have your monitor with your recording stuff next to you, because either you're playing on PC already on a monitor or you're playing your console on a monitor, for streaming.
Because I want to see what Sony's next TV is before I jump into.
Well, didn't they just release a brand new one?
They just unveiled and released it following CES, and man, it's. Me and my roommate talking about the other week. So it's not too fresh in my brain right now, but man, they're nice. They're nice. They've got a new chip that converts the images in a different way, but I mean. You're talking about like nice quality, but yeah, expect to pay a couple $1,000s.
Well, yeah,
which is, I mean, that's always the case.
Honestly, since I've gotten this Sony the Z90 the 940, the Z940. I'm not going back. I'm not going to a different type of TV after this. Like I'm just stuck on Sony now.
Yeah, I've always, like I said, I've always been one of Sony stuff because of their headphones. My plan was to get a Sony TV, but some of the ones that I wanted were just sold out. So I'm like, of course, I got this nice Samsung one. I think when I'm ready to upgrade to another TV, I think I'm just going to spend the money to get a Sony one. So.
Was it TCL? TCL or
TCL
one of those,
has some nice ones.
one of those companies like that, like they threw their cards down on the table and said that they're gonna try to like surpass like Samsung and all those.
Yeah,
like that they're gonna come out with a TV that's like better than anyone. So they made some pretty strong claims.
And watch this script because it won't be OLED. Watch.
Well, Vizio's OLED TVs are out now.
Oh yeah?
I think.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
A lot of people like Vizio. They like those.
Yeah, I like Vizio. They're
Vizio's good.
they're a reliable alternate, like cheaper alternative for sure.
Yeah, I won't do Philips.
Any Vizio I've used it, huh?
I said I won't do Philips.
Oh no, Philips. Anything Philips. If you like straight up, I've had to deal with so many Philips products. Just stay away from it. I'm not kidding you. Stay away from Philips.
I know
they're the most shit business I've ever had to deal with personally on like talking to them, and all of my products that I've ever got from them have just been garbage.
Tell us how you really feel, Jesse.
I know,
dude. I'm still furious of the fiasco that I went through with that TV that I bought. Where literally less than a month after buying the TV, it just decided that it was not gonna turn on anymore, and I did nothing to it. Nothing. I called them. They wanted me to bring it to a local place to get it fixed. It sat there for 6 months.
Wow.
Before they finally said, we tried fixing it 3 times and it still was doing the same thing. We're going to send you a new one. I'm like, yeah, couldn't you have done that 6 months ago?
Yeah.
Oh man, I was so pissed because there was like no communication between the store and Philips, and anytime I tried to call Philips, they were just a complete jerk to me about it because I was upset. I'm like, what is going on? No one can tell me anything, and they've had my TV. I haven't had a TV to use for like 6 months now because you guys don't know what you're doing. Like, I was just, man, it was the worst. It was by far the worst thing I've ever had to deal with. Yeah, and I just stay away from Philips.
I got an Emerson when I got my PlayStation 3 and kind of had it for a long time. Even when I got my Series X, not Series X, my Xbox One and stuff, I'm like, that was like probably 14 or 15 years that I had that TV, and it worked perfectly. Like, it's still good in good condition. So,
yeah.
But yeah,
we have one question I want to answer before we get out of here. I'm gonna have to answer it kind of quickly. I know, Ed, you have to go to work, and I have to, my kid's gonna be up in like 10 minutes. It's from our friend Brian Kirk, aka at Willow Horde on Twitter. He also does a podcast called Player versus Creator. Shout out to that. He says, what are some lesser known, I think he means free good games to play as the pandemic continues? Everyone could use a nice, feel good games is what he said. Feel good games, everyone could use some nice feel good games, I'm sure. He loves us all at Boss Rush. I love you too, Brian.
Thank you.
Come back on soon. I know you're a busy dad, but
I definitely would say, and this is going to sound kind of weird, but I think Doom is a good feel-good game. The 2016 remake. I think it's just something about running around, shooting stuff, killing demons, and everything. I think it just feels good to do that, like that fast-paced action.
I want to see that. I want to see that Shaq meme where it's like good vibes, drama, whatever. Where he's like, You know what I mean? Like I want to see that, but with the Doom guy, demons, Satan, bad vibes. You know, yeah, I just want to see that. Somebody make that.
You don't want nothing like Mega Man. That would just frustrate you.
Oh God.
But yeah, I think Doom is just. I think when you're playing it and you're moving around, just getting into it, it makes you feel good, makes you feel powerful. Mm-hmm. So I would say Doom.
Mm-hmm.
And right now we've got all those fun Bernie memes that are just making everyone laugh.
Bernie memes are hilarious.
Yeah, I know. They're awesome.
He actually was on a talk show yesterday talking about it. He said,
"Well, he's selling.
He loves it. He probably thinks it's the most hilarious.
Well, he's making shirts. He's making shirts, and all the proceeds from the shirts are going to Meals on Wheels.
He sold out of them and donated everything. I think that's awesome right there.
Yeah,
that's really awesome.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a page out of Ed's book. I'm going to pick two games. One is out of Ed's book. I think Yoshi's Crafted World is an feel-good game.
Yeah, that's an amazing one.
I think that, it's really hard to die. It's just kind of like a fun, relaxing kind of platformer that, especially if you have kids, you can play with your kids and whatever. It's just nice. So that's one. I also think something we brought up earlier today on this show was Donut County. I think it's a feel-good game. It's just kind of simple. The raccoon is pretty hilarious. It's kind of like in the vein of Katamari, where you're just kind of dragging this hole around to collect all the crap on the screen, and then the raccoon. It's pretty funny. So I'm gonna pick those two.
For me, like the Clubhouse games on Switch. That there's so many just like good little fun things you can play. Solitaire. You can play darts, you can play bowling, you can play, Chinese checkers, you can play battle tanks, you can play it's just endless. I love the foosball style like baseball game on there, where you have like your characters and you can move the pitcher. When you're the pitcher, you move it, and then you could like pull it. Depending on how hard you pull the joystick back, determines how hard of a throw you'll do. And you can really easily fake the computer out. It's way too easy to do, even on the hardest mode. But yeah, it's like that. It's just filled with like those kind of like just easygoing, fun little games that you don't really need to think too hard about while you're playing, and just kind of relax and kick back and enjoy them. Like I also, one of the things I play a lot of the times, I actually have a couple of games that I play on my phone all the time, but I like the golf games and stuff like that. Or I have a frisbee golf one that I play that's fun on my phone, where you just go up against someone else.
I need to finish Golf Story. That's a good field one too.
Yeah, Golf Story is good.
Yeah.
LeRon?
All right. I am going to say, because I have a blast every time I play this game, Pac-Man Championship Edition 2.
Okay, that is a crazy thing, because that game is so fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, and I dare say that this is damn near a puzzle game, because just figuring out things, just how to navigate the maze, get to the next maze, and you don't even have to do certain things. You don't have to chase down all the ghost monsters and eat them. You don't have to eat every single dot to get to the next stage and stuff like that. And it's all fast paced as you go from stage to stage. Of course, like in old Pac-Man tradition, you start moving faster and stuff. It's crazy. It's a wild rush. And my friends, they catch me playing. They're like, "You're playing Pac-Man?" And then they sit down and they watch me play. Like, "Oh, can I play this? Can I play this?" And it's like, I don't know if you're ready for this. That game. That's my feel good game, because I mean, beyond that, like, I had to think long and hard, because I kind of like the retro style of stuff. So like, if I'm not playing that, to feel good and have fun, I'm playing Sonic Mania. I'm playing,
Sonic Mania,
Jet Set Radio Future. Not Future. I'm sorry, Jet Set Radio. Sorry, because I don't have access to Future.
If you had an Xbox, you would, because it's backwards compatible.
Stop.
Can we Can we get a Marvel versus Capcom puzzle fighter?
Oh,
Didn't they have that? Didn't they have one?
Is the best.
Well, I don't. Did they have a Marvel versus Capcom though?
I don't know.
Fighter?
No,
Nah,
they did.
I thought it was just regular Puzzle Fighter.
Yeah, just Puzzle
Like
Fighter.
the-
That's
just
the
Street
only
Fighter.
game. That's the only
Yeah,
game.
I wish they would. I wish they would make a Marvel versus Capcom Puzzle Fighter,
Oh, Puzzle
or like
Fighter.
they could do a game where they could like do the whole the Fortnite thing where they just bring like characters in that like that you can either unlock by playing or buy as skins or whatever, and have a like, because I just and that's another game, just good old Tetris. Just,
Puyo Tetris.
play some Tetris and relax.
I need to buy parts Puyo Puyo too.
Oh yeah,
I can't wait to play Corey. I'm ready to take you down.
I don't get it.
Tetris is my jam. I love playing Tetris.
Tetris is my jam too. But when they start like mixing in elements from other games into it, I'm like, what? Get out of here!
I like Tetris, but I like plain Tetris. The Puyo Puyo stuff doesn't do anything for me.
See, okay, yeah. See,
I still liked Tetris too. Like I loved that one. I like the the second one.
And I like playing the Puzzle League on DS. That one was really fun too.
Yeah.
I like a good puzzle game like that.
Yeah, like I love the Puzzle Fighter games. I remember when I had those and would play those.
Wow. All right.
Had you played Pac-Man versus LeRon? Oh, sorry, Corey.
Pac-Man versus on GameCube, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wasn't that-
back in the day, yeah. Like you had, you linked up like three Game Boy Advances, and they controlled the Ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, I played it. It was fun for a little while,
It was a cool concept that got old after like 10 minutes.
Yeah, my thing is though, and like I said, like I'm about to draw the ire of Nintendo fans again. I cannot stand Charles Martinet's voice. So hearing Mario commentating on a Pac-Man game just threw me out of it.
Yeah.
I can't stand his voice. Like
Make it sound like Qbert.
It's funny because I thought when Mario 64 came out back in the day, I thought it was the coolest thing that Mario had a voice, and then that got old fast.
We still love you, Ron. I'm not mad at you.
That got old fast. No, I told people because back when I went to GameStop, we used to go to conferences, the leader conferences where it was store managers and upper management and stuff. They would all go like it bounced back and forth. It bounced back and forth from Chicago or Las Vegas, but every now and then at the Las Vegas ones, they usually, because GameStop used to be like best friends with Nintendo, like they would have Nintendo people there, and I told everybody, I was like they're going to put me back on the plane and send me home, because if Charles Martinet is out there, I'm going to punch him in the throat and I'm going to act like nothing happened.
Wow.
All right. We're going to get out of here. I want to thank everybody for watching and or listening. Remember, you can find the show on Mondays on podcast services everywhere. If you want to watch us live, you can head over to twitch.tv/BossRushGames Live. You can follow us on Twitter at Boss Rush Network. I realize it's wrong in the bottom left-hand corner of your video screen. Just noticed that, so my bad. I gotta fix that.
You blew it.
I know I did. Fail. Check out our website for all of our shows. Jesse, where can we find you?
You can find me almost everywhere as Phantom NXS, and I'm actually recording something after this.
Oh,
All
nice.
right.
And and more about it later, but I'm possibly starting another show. So, possibly.
Oh! Look at you.
I know. Look at this guy.
Actually, trying to host it too.
Uh-oh.
Someone's getting pulled out of their element.
Ed, where
I
can we
figured
find
this would be a good way to do that and try to get better at doing hosting. So.
Ed, where can I find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at that retro code. Check out Option Opinion on SoundCloud, other podcast app, and check out this week's Nintendo Pop Block, where we actually had our quiz show episode, our second quiz show, and our next one, Mr. LeRon Dawkins will be there for that one.
LeRon Noaki?
Uh,
LeRon Noaki?
Also check out We Talk and Talk the Walk and other stuff at Bushwick Games and the World 1-1 podcast at podbean.com.
LeRon, where can we find you?
All right. You can find me on social media, Exodus803. That's EXODUS803. That's also my Twitch handle, so come check me out there whenever I stream. Also my YouTube channel is also by that same moniker, as well as almost every gaming platform. That's my gamer tag. And don't forget to catch me Tuesday nights on twitch.tv/Exodus803 for the Crossroads Show at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Me, plays Austin or Austin Campbell and Nelly Lott. We're all there holding it down, talking about everything you love to know about PlayStation and Sony.
The stationaries.
The stationaries. That's right. That's right. We actually own that title and we love it.
You're
All
welcome.
I could say is I can't wait until AR is like a full blown thing, so I can, like I could be at work with the AR goggles on and watching like people do stuff while I'm doing it. Because I don't have enough time in the day. It bums me out because working third shift, and it's just so hard to like try to watch people's stuff, and I want to and listen to people's stuff. And
can we just fast forward Can we just fast forward to Minority Report, like that timeline where you can just pop stuff up in thin air when you're done for just swiping and it's gone and stuff like. Can we just get to that point?
Yeah.
Not the whole thing where it predicts that you're going to predict a crime, where you're going to commit a crime before you've even thought about committing the crime.
Yeah, another movie I haven't seen.
Everyone would be arrested.
Wow.
Well, I feel like we're kind of already in the middle of that because I kid you not, if I start talking about Reebok right now, my phone is listening, and next thing you know, as soon as I pop up on something, like I'm gonna see ads for Reebok shoes and sports clothes and all this stuff. I feel like we're halfway there right now, but no, give us the full blast minus the crime detection crap.
You can find me at IamCoreInHD on Twitter. You can find me on various other things here on Boss Rush Games. I want to thank everybody for watching and or listening. And until next week, we love you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Take care.